Hello, Jaime here. If you were wondering why I changed my shirt, it's because I was honestly looking for a way to segue into promoting my latest video, which I bleach dyed this awesome shirt, link in the description below. I am of course the Eternal Experience, back for another video, this time with a totally completely different video, nothing related to tie-dyeing or shirts or anything like that. I want to talk about the Clone Wars.
I'm Ahsoka? Master Yoda sent me.
No, not that Clone Wars. That Clone Wars. And the reason why I want to talk about that Clone Wars is because the real Clone Wars ended recently, right? Like, not that long ago. It's been 6 months already? Okay, so yeah, we've been in quarantine for a long time, okay? It's been 6 months since that ended. I was recently watching the 2003 limited series by the guy who did Samurai Jack and Dexter, I believe. I totally know it's him. I just don't know how to pronounce his name, so I just said the Samurai Jack guy and Dexter Slap guy. But it's definitely him. His art style is like very distinct. I just don't know how to pronounce his name. Everybody knows his name, but I don't know how to pronounce Gendy Tark. I don't want to pronounce. So the reason why I want to talk about that version of the Clone Wars is because it is very nostalgic for me. I used to watch it when I was growing up back in the day, and I used to absolutely love it. I've always been a Star Wars fan. There are only a few things that I like more than Star Wars in this world. And obviously when I was a kid, that shit blew my mind. Like a show, like a cartoon, Star Wars cartoon, that was my shit, you know what I'm saying? That was my jam. Every time I was riding my bike, I would rush over. I don't remember what time it ran. I think it was like 7 p.m. or something. I know I was there, like, you know what I'm saying? I was there on time to watch the Clone Wars episodes, because if you weren't there, you'd blink and miss it, because they were 15 minutes long only. And I remember that being such a cock tease when I was a kid. Like, bro, like, I just started watching this and it's fucking over, and it's a fucking cliffhanger, and now I have to wait until the next 15-minute episode. Like, what? So unlike the CGI animated Clone Wars, which is the canon Clone Wars, this series was just short and sweet, basically. It was very little story driven. It was more action driven. Like, everything was like most episodes were just like a bunch of battles. Really fun to watch. I really enjoyed rewatching it as an adult. Honestly, it still holds up really great. And that animation style is what really I still like to this day, because it just looks awesome. Honestly, like the way that it's so fast paced and you can see all the clones just obliterating the droid army is amazing. So if you watch the show, you know that the clones in this one, they don't have any character development. They barely even talk. I think the first time they talk is when the ARC Troopers show up, and you're like, ARC Troopers? What is an ARC Trooper? And Obi-Wan's like, oh, these guys are fucking badass. And then they do a fucking montage of all of them like gearing up all badass, and that's when we see him, Captain Fordo, the red and white ARC Trooper Captain clone, epic guy, just a fucking badass surrounded by blue ARC Troopers behind him, and he's the only red one, so you know he's like the leader of the squad and whatever. And Obi-Wan's like, this guy is fucking badass, you know what I'm saying? And I believed Obi-Wan. I fucking believed Obi-Wan, because to this day I was like, that guy is fucking badass, bro. So obviously, me being an action figure fan, I wanted to have his action figure, but I never did. The closest that I got to getting his action figure was not close at all. The only similar one I had was a Phase 1 clone captain. If you know what a clone captain from the movie is, it's basically a normal clone with red stripes like Fordo. Basically, Fordo has these same red stripes on. So that's why I really liked that figure as a kid, because it reminded me of Fordo, but I never got Fordo. So recently I had done some trades with some friends and whatnot, and I acquired some SH Figuarts Clone Trooper figures. And among them was the SH Figuarts Clone Trooper Captain, which I believe was a convention. I believe it was a convention exclusive in Japan or something, at Tamashii Nations exclusive. I don't remember. I really got nostalgic because that's basically the same trooper that I had as a kid, except this time it's an adult collectible, and I was like hyped on it. But then I remembered about Fordo, and the reason why I liked the Captain figure in the first place is because I liked Fordo. I want Fordo. I don't want this Captain. When I was a kid, I was happy with the Captain because it reminded me of Fordo. But now I'm an adult and I have money. So I'm gonna make my own Fordo. I'm actually gonna pay people to make it for me. I was basically Nick Fury, you know what I'm saying? I'm organizing the Fordo initiative. And I'm gonna need my Avengers for it. So obviously, I was gonna include my buddy, my friend, Adam Urban. Very well known on Instagram as Urban_Spidey. He is known for making custom clones, SH Figuarts clones, and they look amazing. Like honestly, I've always loved the work he's done on his personal collection of custom clones, and I always wanted a piece from him. A clone, I mean, because I already own several other figures that he has made for me. But I always wanted a custom clone from him. But you see, my issue was that Fordo has a rangefinder. If you don't know what a rangefinder is, it's basically the antenna that a lot of the troopers have. Like a lot of the, I don't know, like ARC troopers, captains, commanders, they have that antenna looking thing. But in reality, it's like aim assist, kind of like they have aimbot with when they put it down. I think that's what it is. Maybe they can see far away with it. I know they use it a lot, and I know that I wanted my Fordo to be able to use it. Like if I wanted to take a picture of him, you know, like have that down. And that was my main issue, because obviously the SH Figuarts clone captain figure that I have, that is basically just a white clone with the red stripes. It doesn't have rangefinder or anything. So I had that dilemma. So I had to take a step back and think about the custom and what I wanted to do. And that almost stopped me because I really wanted that to happen. So that's where Billy Mahoney from Billmaru Toychanics on Instagram steps in and saves the day. This guy is awesome. He is a well-known toy repairer. He will fix your toy. If it's broken, he'll fix it. He'll find a way, trust me. I've commissioned several stuff from him before, and it's always been perfect. This guy is a professional, honestly. So I thought I'd ask him and see if we could find a way to make the rangefinder movable. So I sent the Fordo head to Billy Mahoney to get that done, and he did it brilliantly. He sent me pictures. Boom, I gave him Adam's address, and he sent the head directly to Adam, because I had already sent the body to him so he could paint it. I basically only modded the SH Figuarts belt. That's all I contributed to the project, but I guess I did something. So once Adam had everything together, he finished painting it and he sent it back to me, and that's the point of this video. I've been talking about that Clone Wars because it's nostalgic to me and I love it, but boom, Fordo time. I'm gonna review him. Okay, let's take a look at Fordo. I know that earlier in the video I called this a review, but in reality this is not a review at all. This is more of a showcase of this awesome custom piece. Because honestly, how would I even review this? Like, this is one of a kind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just mainly showing you. I will most likely call that a review again, like during the video, because I keep calling it a review, so I apologize for that, but in reality this is just a showcase. So I'm gonna use this droid arm to go over the pieces that we used for this custom. So obviously the entire body is the SH Figuarts Phase 1 Captain figure, which was a convention exclusive, a Tamashii Nations event exclusive. And so yeah, that's the base figure. The rangefinder, the pauldron, the skirt piece, the guns, and the holsters, all of those came from Black Series Captain Rex. This piece right here in the middle is some elastic bands that I added, so that way the actual skirt piece is accurate to the Fordo design. So what we did here basically was we repainted the Captain Rex pauldron. We repainted the SH Figuarts belt. I attached the Captain Rex holsters on the SH Figuarts belt. Same for the skirt piece, which I also repainted myself. All these pieces are one piece now. Like, once you split him in the waist and you take this belt out, everything will come out in one piece. The holsters and the skirt. Now for the rangefinder on the head, what Billy did here is he drilled a tiny hole on the side of it, just enough so that the peg fits tightly inside. That way the rangefinder can totally move, and I'm gonna show you right now. Like, if you move it, boom, it goes down with it. It goes up perfectly. And I love that. That was the feature that I wanted the most on this Fordo, and I'm glad to have it. And the cool thing about attaching the Captain Rex holsters to the SH Figuarts belt is that now he can actually holster his guns. Really cool. And another feature that I really wanted to have on this Fordo, and I'm glad that we actually did. Now obviously, him being an SH Figuarts clone, it is not the most articulated figure on the legs, but it is still one of the most articulated clone action figures that exists, in my opinion. Like, this is one of the best clones, because honestly, like, the Black Series, they look good, but like they're not as articulated as these. And even then, these are still pretty limited in my opinion. But with the stuff that we added, he still pretty much moves the exact same way. The only thing that might hinder him a little bit is the pauldron, but it is a little bit soft, so like, you can, I don't know, you can live with it, honestly. Like, I can live with it. He's still pretty good. Now focusing a little bit on the tiny details that Adam put on this. Let's check out this. What is this? What is this piece right here? That is the Arctuber Gauntlet. That mainly is like this piece right here is supposed to be a grappling hook that they use to climb walls and stuff, which is a great detail that Adam sculpted himself, and I love it. It looks amazing. Another nice little detail is that Adam also painted in the communicator with the accurate colors of the animation. The little buttons were orange, so that's pretty awesome. And Adam wanted to put his signature on this, and he asked me if he could do a, like a blaster bolt hit on his shoulder, like he was hitting the shoulder. And I said, yeah, do it, go for it. And boom, he nailed it. That looks fucking awesome, dude. I'm glad he did that. It looks awesome. Oh, and one last thing before we leave. I'm gonna actually compare him to a normal Phase 1 SH Figuarts clone trooper figure. This is how he comes, right? And just look how cool. Like, the comparison, there's no comparison. Look how clean this guy is, and look how weathered and awesome this guy looks. And now taking one last look at Fordo before we end this video. And man, I just gotta say that Adam killed it with the weathering. Like, the weathering on this thing is on point. And it just pops in pictures, like, because this is what I like about Star Wars: the weathered look, the lived-in world, the underbelly, that type of stuff. Like, that's why I really like Star Wars. And with the Clone Wars, we get a lot of that, and we get the war side of things. And I think this figure captures all of that perfectly. So, I hope you enjoyed my review of the custom SH Figuarts movie realistic concept version of Captain Fordo. And I hope you enjoyed my video as much as I like this custom, which is impossible. You will never like this video enough, because I like this way too much.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good tree. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, to the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night at the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Heard motherfuckers talk, seen him drop. If I ain't got a weapon, I'ma pick up a rock. And when I bust your ass, I'm gonna continue to rock. Get your ass off the wall with.
That's alright. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.